Hi, I'm State Fire Marshal Butch Browning. This week's Marshal message is to stop living in the past. It is so easy for the people around us to remind us about the way in which we always used to do it, or remind you about how 30 years ago this worked. My friends, we certainly embrace our past, and we bring the good things from our past with us to the future. The reality is we're in an ever-changing world. I can remember my first fire chief's job. I went into a department that had a rotary dial telephone and no computer. No computer. And to live in that past, you'd have thought that that way of operating the department was the best thing in the world. You know, how many of us, carried a cell phone when cell phones came out and says, I don't never need to get emails on my cell phone. Now we know that an email on your cell phone is like an emergency response that is required by you. So much of our past has been good, but it's changed. You know, firefighting techniques of our past we have learned as we live today have caused a lot of injuries to firefighters. The exposure that our firefighters lived in the years past have caused so many long-term health effects, so many deaths to our firefighters. We can't live in that past anymore, and we're not. We're in fact doing a lot of things to change the safety in which our firefighters enjoy, the working environments in which they work in a much better way. We cannot ever sacrifice our future to continue doing things that we did in the past. And you all know what I'm talking about. So the challenge here as a leader is when someone brings up, we've always been doing it this way, it's always worked this way, that's a reason for you to assemble your group to bring in outside consultants, outside experts. You know, some fire chief that might has a success story from states over from us. Bring those folks in and have the conversation how we can do it better in the future. Your job and my job is to leave this place so much better than we found it. And we do that by seeing the future and not living in the past. So remember, together we could bring about better safety, better service, and a better quality of life to all in Louisiana if we would just stop living in the past.